Alrighty, welcome back to this place full of purple toxic goop. Everyone's favorite activity, toxic purple goop. Enhancing divinity. I think this is the shield it's talking about, but regardless, what we're going to do is we're going to make some thingamadings, some lily pads, because I don't think there's anywhere else we can go here. That over there is blocked. This over here should also, yeah, that's blocked by the back of something. Hey, we may as well do this while we're here, I guess. Because it doesn't take very long anyway. There we go. I don't think there's anything else to do, though. So let's go ahead and make our lily pads into the center. Preferably without falling into the goop. That's very important for this process. Never mind, I forgot it eats my lily pads. How are we supposed to get through the goop without the lily pads? We'll go this way, I guess. Hey. You guys should probably have a slightly better combat system, but you know, just throw your own weakness at me, that's fine. Steel Solace Defense, yeah. Alrighty. Is this actually blocked off? Well, the answer is clearly no, because we have nowhere else to go. There's a door that opens. Conveniently. Hey, why are there so many of you guys? Don't try to smush me, that's rude. Throw your thing at me, thank you. Again, you don't really have to do this. You get a little bit of favor from favor. What, you get a little bit of stuff from it, so there's no reason not to. But these guys aren't going to do anything but briefly exist. This guy, however, he must go because he's guarding a little spot over there that we can diggy hole. This is our first proper dungeon in this game. The first one is basically just a tutorial area, but this one is actually like a Legend of Zelda-esque, dungeon area. Rather large, big explorable place, lots of stuff to do, that sort of thing. It's pretty nice, actually. We're still in the early game, so we will get hints about stuff, where to go, you know, that sort of thing. But we'll also not go that way. Instead, we'll wander over here and explore briefly. I don't think there's really any reason to be up here, but we'll find out. Ah, there's a diggy spot. Can I dig you? I can. No, not right there. There you go. Excuse me. There we go. More favor for the favor gods, or faith, or whatever. I still don't actually know what it's called because I keep forgetting. It doesn't really matter. More experience is basically what it is. We'll need a lily, because without a lily we cannot make this jump. Excuse me. Preferably not hit that button, as it turns out. There we go. And off this one. There's also, of course, a boss at the end of this. And we fight every boss in this game twice. The second time is, I believe, technically optional, but it's much heavier. What if we bomb it, or perhaps slash it? Nope, doesn't care. Alright, let's move on. What's going on over here? It's a new enemy. Now these, you could probably figure out their weakness based upon their shape. You must bloom them, I'm fairly sure. he was actually attacking, so it doesn't count. He doesn't seem to care for the blooming. Have to, like, knock him over and then bloom him? Is that what I do? Ow. No, he still spits out poison. What is your weakness? I'm pretty sure it's blooming, but what's the trigger point for it? Now, there we go. That's what I did earlier. Oh, I had to go black and white. That's okay. There we go. I was just doing it too early that second time. I wasn't waiting for it to go black and white. That's okay. I knew bloom was its weakness. I was very confused why it wasn't working. And now our ball will roll. We must get that to there. All right, well, literally basically a straight line, so time to screw it up horrifically and get it stuck in a corner somehow. Wow, it's going fast. We gotta dribble it. There we go. Hooray for suction. Oh, that's the wrong way. Okay, what's going on in here? There's a path there, and it looks like there's two paths that possibly come into this room, because I don't think we can jump up there. Oh, hey. Could you not burst through the ceiling like that? That's a bit weird. Alright, so we knock him down. Twice, I guess. Or a few times, I suppose. I should really swap my weapons around. I knock these back. Definitely knock those back, and that immediately makes them black and white. Alright. We want to kill these dudes quick, so we have to end up burning a lot of ink once they're down. Because you want to use the slashes for the extra damage so they don't get back up before you finish them, because I believe they will get back up. That went better than last time. It's almost like I've played this game before. It's a log. But why? Why is this what appeared? Alright, we can grow these, can't we? Yeah. Probably good enough. There we go. And this will get us up to the other areas. That's how we do it. This is how mushrooms work, even though mushrooms are supposed to grow in dark, dank places, but you know. At least get up here. Does that wrap around to there? Possibly. No, it goes this way. To a bomb hole. What's in the bomby hole? More stuff. I feel like this is probably the way we're supposed to go. How do I get that? I'm pretty sure I can't make this jump. No. Zero chance of that. What's through this door before we go over there? Because I feel like up is the way we're supposed to go. Hey. It's just you. Park. Temporarily deflect decks. I mean, it's not really something I'm probably ever going to use, but, you know. I don't tend to use items in this game very much. I mean, they're there. There's a lot of them. I don't tend to use them. I'll use attack ups and stuff like that for bosses. But that's basically it. I never use the reflect attack thing. Probably a fight here if I had to guess. No? Alright. Literally nothing. This is a rather long pathway. Ah, That is why it is a rather long pathway. We're back in the center. But higher. Achoo! Well, you've ruined it now, dude. Sorry, it's actually pretty slow, but this basically means we can't go back. Is all that's telling us. Ta-da! Conveniently, this is where we need to be. It's also this dude. He's a keyhole. Or a lock, I suppose. It's a very strange lock, but there it is, hanging out, doing its thing. The key, obviously, the only way to go is down. The key is down here. I believe it's not actually very hard to get, but you know. Whoa, camera. Anything else on this room? Nope. Alright. This fellow here is a blockhead. We'll see a bunch of them. They're basically just one-way gates that act as shortcuts back to another area. Nothing can harm this body of mine. None shall pass. It's literally two right next to each other. I forgot how to actually do this. Is it the slash? Is it a dot? Do I put bombs there? I don't actually remember. Whoops. I didn't actually mean to do that. That was me accidentally hitting the button. That's okay. Yeah, tutorial. Glowing spots appear. Okay, paint a dot. That's what I was gonna try there, but I accidentally hit the button. Buttons are hard. Let it be known I died a warrior's death. There will be a bunch of those. They get progressively more difficult as the game goes on too. Anyway, now we have a path back upwards, and we also have our key. But we also have a shortcut back to the start, in case you wanted to save. That's where that was. And that's what we saw from the other side, was the back of that creature. You can't do anything from the back of it, it won't even recognize that you, excuse me. It won't even recognize that you exist from the back of it, because it can't see back there. I suppose that makes sense, I suppose. Time to very, very slowly make our way up here, apparently, and almost jump off, of course. As is tradition. Once you have the key, he starts freaking out, but he can't stop it. He leads a cruel life. Alright. What's in here? Trees. And that. This was a blue one, I think, so it should be fairly difficult of an encounter. Hey, I walked into you and you hurt me. That's cheating. You filthy cheater. That's okay, I'm literally the greatest warrior this world has ever seen. I'm unstoppable. That was actually pretty smooth. Apart from me walking into that dude and taking some damage there. Well, I didn't take damage, I lost a shield level, but you know. Let's see. I guess that's it for this shirt. We should be getting closer to the end of this area. This is a missing bridge. You could probably figure out what we're supposed to do with this. It's not exactly rocket science. Down there, I think, is a room we've already been in. Possibly? I don't remember. There's the statue. Oh, that's the entrance down below us. That's right. And another save point if you so desire a save, which if you're playing through this on your own, I would highly recommend you do so. I don't know why I had an urge to break that, but I did, and I got a tiny bit of currency out of it. So that way or that way? That is the question. For which I do not have an answer. Martin's playing Grand Theft Auto. Woohoo! Should probably turn those off when I go to record. Oh, this way needs the vine grippy thing, doesn't it? I thought? Yeah, there it is. It's over there. So we can't go this way. That's fair enough. What's over yonder land, then? A gate. Inside of a dungeon. Oh, there's two. Probably three. Indeed. It's almost like I've played video games before. So 3 rounds of fighting to clear this area. Excuse me. There we go. They'll be easy-ish fights because it is early game. Although there is a shadow, there it is, flying around. I just couldn't see it. Once it jumps on me, there we go. That's not how slashes work if you're curious. There we go, we can kill it. Spirit Globe L. 3 units of solar energy. That seems a bit excessive. How much damage do you think I'm taking, game? That's almost a full heal. Actually, it would be a full heal if you hadn't upgraded your health. Which at this point I'd be concerned if you hadn't upgraded your health. I know I'm a big advocate of... that guy's not dead and he didn't go black and white. I know I'm a big advocate of increasing your ink capacity, but man, if you ain't upgrading your health, something wrong there. Nice miss, bud. Easy encounters. Look at all these globes we're getting, good god. We're getting 9 health for every fight that we do here. That seems a bit excessive. Alright, what do we got? A bone and a lacquer... Excuse me, a lacquerware set. What do we got this time? Ah! We'll take the easier dude out. Just so that he's out of the equation. That's not who I wanted to attack. I wanted to attack this dude. There's another one. He's dead. Doesn't matter. Whoa. I told you this game's got a really nice combat system. It's very fluid. Once you get into the hang of it, you start doing a lot of stuff rather quickly all over the place. And it feels really good to play. Probably my favorite combat system in an RPG that I've played before. And I've played a lot of RPGs. A lot of RPGs. Where is the hole in the sky? Hole in the sky, the hole in the ceiling. Excuse me. These are mushrooms. We must grow the mushrooms. Very convenient mushrooms around here. And there is the source of the filthy water. Getting rid of that lets us get through to the rest of the dungeon. Which, once we finish this dungeon, will be the end of this little recording. Logically so, I suppose. Barking makes your UI show up, by the way. In case you're curious. Like, if we wait, it'll go away. There it goes. And if I bark, it comes back. So if you ever need to see anything in this game, you can just bark at it. I suppose this makes sense, considering how well that works in real life. You know, dog barks at you and you're like, hey, what's up? Unless you hate your dog, in which case you're like, it just barks. Don't worry about it. It's just barking for no reason. It's a dog. They do that. That's not at all how that works, brother. We may as well examine these before I blow them up. There you go. So you guys can see the dialogue. It's literally just telling you, hey, this is doing stuff. And before we break that, pick this up. So now we have a map of this area. There you go. I'm not going to look at all of it because there's really no reason for us to. And would you look at that, it turns out you don't even need lilies. Because the game spawns platforms for you. Great place for a swim. Loads of fun to go straight down it. Hunting down some treasure. It's giving you a hint. Wow. Wasn't that great fun? Great fun. Oh, there's stuff behind it. Probably nothing of importance, but let's go investigate it. Oh, literally nothing of importance. Alright. But this is our quick path back down to the central area. Make sure we make a lily every once in a while so we don't die from drowning in water, I guess. That was very loud. That sounds like tape. Seems to imply someone is taping up a box. Which means it might happen again. Because that is how tape works. Now at this point, you should probably save. Again, if you're playing through this on your own, recommend it to save. But however, we are not. I generally only save at the end of recordings. In case anything goes wrong, I can simply reload the last save and redo the recording. Hopefully that never happens, but it's always an option. Is there any other polluted areas around here? Probably not. Oh wait, yeah there are. I was mistaken. What else is new? Happens a lot. One more, perhaps? That would make it 3 in video games like 3, huh? There you go. The trend continues of video games liking 3. I wish the button to make the brush move faster was a better button. I could probably change the controls. At the moment, PlayStation controller buttons. Circle makes the brush go fast and square makes the brush actually draw. And it's kind of hard to hit both of those at the same time while holding R1 without like a weird crab claw grip. Anyway, we get our constellation. This is the one. This is the final of the trio, but this is the one that allows us to use those floating flowers. It's gonna be some sounds of taping, I guess, probably. Sounds like it anyway. This is the man of symbols. Eventually. Yeah, more taping. Something's being shipped. Origin of all that is good and mother to us all. Apologies for noises, by the way. I told you there'd be noises in this series. Just recording whenever, and for some reason, things are always happening. Like, you don't really need that much tape to tape something, by the way. case you're curious. Like a single piece of tape usually does well. Maybe 3 if you want to get fancy. Anyway, that was Gami, sorry. The third and final god of Flora. To tie vines to his body so that he could fly through the air. Let's make a vine sprout out of it. Like so. This is your tutorial on how to use this. Normally these will be closed, so you must bloom them before you're allowed to access them. But for now, they're all ready to go. So we just have to find it and then just go back and forth like this. They snap very, very slightly when you target them. So it's not too hard to get it in the right spot, but you know. There is a limit, I believe, to how far away you can actually do this, but it is a pretty far limit. We can head back down to the save point at this point if we want. We have a quick access back up via these flowers, these blooms. If you feel like saving again, I guess. I don't know. You want to save again? We want to get up to the very top of this statue, which requires that we find blossoms to make our way up. There it is. It's around here somewhere. Also, I bit my lip earlier and now it's bleeding, so apologies if you can actually hear me doing something with that. You can chain these if you're quick and find the other one. You can just chain these constantly, so that you basically never hit the ground. But anyway, here's this thing. What's this? A hook? Doesn't it just make you want to tie something to it? In case you don't figure it out on your own, this is in fact what you do. There's 4 of these and 4 blossoms to tie them to. I tied that to the wrong one, but it shouldn't matter. No, it did matter. Oh no, it worked. For some reason it made a funny noise at me, but it still worked. And we can drop down, and this should be our boss encounter for the dungeon. There's a bunch of these. You can break all of these if you so desire, preferably with a straight line. There we go. And they'll drop money and supplies and all sorts of stuff that you can pick up. I would highly recommend you do indeed break these because of all of the stuff they're going to drop. And the fact that there's so many, you actually get quite a lot out of this. As you can see, we can also save here. This is the better save to use if you're anyone but me. But hello, welcome to me, I'm not saving. Breaking these manually would take about 70 decades, so you want to slash them like that, but we're good. Alright, so welcome to our boss. This is our first true boss of the game. Has ominous music as well. Another holy bone. And we may as well use up our favor that we've gathered here. Since we have some, we may as well level before we head in. What do I want to level though? Do I want more solar energy? Or do I want a purse? Let's get the solar energy. We can get 2 actually. Yeah, let's do it. Why not? Lots of health, so it can be risky with stuff. Anyway, before we head in here, let's enjoy the music briefly. There's really not much to the music in this little area here, but that's okay. Really? Are you serious? I'm getting a real bad vibe here. Are you ready? Yeah. Leap first, think later. Again, this is our first true boss fight. You can tell by the fact that it's our first true gate. This is a checkpoint gate. Essentially acts as a quick save. If you use an origin mirror to save a game, your memories will be transferred there. Either way, passing through a golden gate or saving with an origin mirror will allow you to continue. So there you go. These will always be before actual boss fights. There's a few miscellaneous ones placed around there not for bosses too. Also, there's some Looney Tunes shit right there. Also, that's a butt. This is a rather interesting pose. This is our boss. You know, just ignore the fact that it has eyeballs. Maybe you shouldn't stand on it. Oh hey. It's that Ume. Look at these jukes. I'm all covered with your slobber. That's not a great way to thank me for saving you. I see 8. Wait, it couldn't be. It is indeed. It's Orochi. Not the actual Orochi, but... So here's our boss. Your hint is the fact that the flower on its buttocks has little hooks on it. Yawns. Will it get me killed? Speak your last words, fool. I don't really talk much. I'm just a wolf. Hey. How dare you? Dog is not usually on my menu. This here is a god. Well now. As you wish. Yeah, let me just stand still while you consume my soul. What could go wrong? Let the fight begin. You have to get behind it, obviously, in order to gain access to the hooks. Which requires it to do an attack. Thankfully, it's very inaccurate. Oh my god, camera. That was real weird. Try and get as many of these hooked up as you can every time it's turned around doing an attack. It makes your life a lot easier if you can just hook up a ton of them. Ah, we got enough. Right. Now we just have to get in here and attack. The eyes are the weak point. At the start of the fight, you should probably use slash as much as you can. Because it does, as you can tell, a huge amount of damage to the boss. Don't worry about running out of ink, it's okay. Do worry about being eaten, though. generally not good for your health. So the boss is already almost dead. We do have to wait for it to attack again. It does have different attacks, by the way. Can't see the things that's tethered to it. This is a pretty simple boss, but it's also helped by the fact that I've already done this boss before. Hop around on the other side, walk out our slicey cut, and the boss is basically dead. There you go. Easily dealt with. I think you can also use the bomb to great effect there, but I think the slash is probably just as good. Plus it's really quick to do. You don't have to draw a circle on a line. Anyway. Boss fight defeated. And thus, Amaterasu is able to traverse the vine-covered ruins. We do get weapons for every boss we defeat. These weapons are always stronger than the last weapon you got, presuming you did not upgrade anything. Grants ink bullet power. I don't remember what that does, actually. The dog's just sleeping. This is indeed Ume, by the way. But first, how about a good victory howl? Indeed. We win. And we get 10,000 yen for it, because that was actually a flawless boss fight. I'd be surprised if you could do it much faster than that without using items. And of course, we will save our game. And next time, we'll continue with the story and take Ume back to the fishing child. And probably do some fishing, actually, see if we get the big fish. Because I think we get something special out of that, but I can't quite remember. Either way, thanks for watching. See you guys next time.